Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Ask NK. Today is another interesting episode of Free Friday, and today we're looking at 3 websites. Now, the cool thing about the first one which we're going to look at, it's actually called c4ddownloads.com, which is a short form for saying cinema4ddownload.com. Now, the thing here is it's not only constrained, or it does not only have Cinema 4D files, it also supports a whole lot of other files, from lights to materials to textures to scenes and so many other things that you will like to check out. So I'm going to go through and show you guys how you can find these things, and I guess you're going to find this website a lot more interesting. Now, if you open up the website like we have right here, you'll be able to see that they have gone ahead to actually section these, or should I say categorize these by the apps which you can work with. So if you want to check out for Cinema 4D files, you want to check out Blender files, you want to find some SketchUp files, you'll be able to open all of them and check them out directly here. So once you open them, they get to load up, and you can find all of the files that have been made directly in Blender, and you can see them here. If you want to also check out things based on the kind of model that you want, let's say you're trying to get some vehicles, some furniture, or probably you just want to get some groceries for the kitchen, an appliance for your electronics, things like that, you'll be able to find all of this here. They also have a couple of plugins that you can find here, and you'll also be able to find IES lights in case you want to download IES lights here. The interior scenes, exterior scenes, you can find them, and also they do have free textures. Now, speaking about free textures, we're also going to go over and take a look at a couple of places where you can get cool free textures. And one of the awesome things about the c4ddownload.com is you do have a search function. Now, with the search function, you'll be able to search for the kind of models that you want. And at the same time, if you would just simply want to download a model, all you have to do is just simply click on that model, and it's going to take you over to a page where you're able to see the file types that this model has, how many people have viewed this model, and you'll also be able to see the author just in case you want to give credits. And unlike the other websites where you just simply go download without knowing who did what, you'll be able to see the author directly here, and you would also be able to see the file size, the file type, and how many people have downloaded this, which makes a lot of sense. So for the file types, you might probably see a whole lot more of FBX, OBJ, and also the native file in this case, which is 3D Studio Max, and you might also see a third-party file format, which in this case is Blender. And once you go through to download any of this, you would also notice that you have the textures, which are properly saved in a different folder known as textures. So just in case you want to remap these things, it's definitely going to make a lot of sense. I would recommend this website any day, every day, for anyone who wants to get models and cool textures, and just something that is just looking worth it and you want to use it. I've also gone through to check out the website. It does not have a whole lot of ads, contrary to so many other websites that we've checked. And yeah, so that's about C4D. Let's move on to the next one. Now, the next website which we're going to check out right now is from Texture Box. Now, Texture Box are some awesome set of guys that reached out to me, and they told me about their new website which they've created that has a whole lot of textures that you can work with. And right now they have about 105 textures, and you can see how much quality these textures are. And once you just go through them, you would automatically note that most of the textures are made with high-end texture softwares. And one thing to also note is most of the files that they have are basically stored on the Google Drive. So unlike the other website which we talked about that they have their own server where they store this stuff, this particular one is stored mostly on the Google Drive. So if you come down here and you hit on the download texture, it takes you to a Google Drive section where you'll be able to see all of the texture and the maps that are associated with that texture that you can download. So from here, you can go ahead and download these textures, and you can use them for practically anything that you want. And one cool thing is, in case you want to share this, you can also share this from here to any other social media handle that you have, and you can also have a copy. So in case you want to copy these, you want to bookmark it, you want to come back later, this makes a lot of sense. They are also in partnership with one of the free 3D modeling sites that we've talked about before, which is called the 3DB3. So 3DB3 is also another cool website which I think you guys should see. So we have talked about 3DB3 before, but then just in case you want to check out this, it is also an awesome place for you to come through. So in case you want to get some 3D models, you can come directly here, search for them and get them. Right now they brag about 442 3D models which you can find, and you will also be able to see that they do have a couple of downloads and also a couple of users that they have actually racked up over a period of time. So in case you want to get some very cool 3D models, you can just simply check them out here, and you can see that they are well made, and you can also come through and simply hit the download button to get these things. And so if you want to download anything from here, you can get that by simply hitting on the download button. It brings you over here where you're able to see the file type, which this file you want to download is. In our case, it is 3D Studio Max, and you also be able to see the renderer that you would prefer to, render this as. And that's another cool thing here. When you come over here, you'll also be able to notice that you can see the renderers of choice. All right, so you can see the renderers that you can work with, and at the same time you would also be able to come through and see whatever licensing that this thing has. Of course, you can use them for free, but most of them do have certain licenses based off the artist that has made them. All right, so based off the artists that have made them, they have different licenses. So do well to check out the license before you hit the download button and simply use all of these things for whatever you want. Meanwhile, for you to get this downloaded into your computer, all you need to do is hit the download button, have a registration on the website, log in, and you'll be able to download any file that you want. And that's about it. If you like this video or you learned something from it, you know what to do. Go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to share with a friend. And if you're new here, it's going to be amazing if you can hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next Free Friday or the next update. And until I see you guys again with a tutorial update, Free Friday, Tutorial Tuesday, tips and tricks, things like this. Peace.